Hey guys, welcome back to another upSchool video. Today we'll be discussing CBSE Class 7 Science Chapter 4, Heat. This is a Part 2 lesson where we will be discussing 4.4, 4.5, and a couple of mock questions on this chapter. Feel free to check out Part 1. And stay tuned for more upSchool, CBSE, factual info, current affairs, and coding videos, and more. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And once again, hope you enjoy. So first, let's do a quick recap on 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4 on this chapter. Before we begin, what exactly is heat? Let's try to understand this. The definition of heat is an energy that is transferred between objects with different temperatures. What do I mean by this? Suppose we have a pot on top of a stove. The energy or the heat is the heat coming out of the stove. So how is this heat being transferred to the pot? Well, you see the heat coming out of the stove, it's transferred when it starts to go up and it's making the pot hot. Once the pot is hot, everything inside the pot is hot. Another way to think about it is the energy or the heat coming out of the stove transfers energy to the pot and the water. So how do we know whether an object is hot or cold? We can easily find this out by using our sense of taste and our sense of touch, but that's not always accurate. The most accurate way to find out whether an object is hot or cold is by using a thermometer. There are two types of thermometers. One of them is a clinical thermometer, the one pointed to the right. The range of a clinical thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. It's meant to be used for the human body. The second thermometer we'll be discussing is a laboratory thermometer. The range of a laboratory thermometer is from negative 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Hence the name, laboratory thermometers are used for experiments. So we'll be discussing a bit of 4.4 transfer of heat. Suppose we have a metal rod and directly underneath the tip of it is a candle that is lit. As you can see here, it's like the heat has moved, which is why the wax droplings have fell away from the candle. Can heat actually move? Heat can move only on conductors. What are conductors? Well, conductors are materials that allow heat to pass through it. The metal rod was a conductor, which is why it allowed heat to get passed through it. Other than metal, another conductor is copper. What about wood, water, and all those other materials that don't allow heat to get passed through it? Well, they're called insulators, materials that don't allow heat to pass through it. So as you can see here, the heat had moved through the conductor. So what do you call the process of heat moving through a conductor? That's called conduction. Conduction is the process of heat passing through heat conductors. So we have officially understood conduction, which is a type of heat transfer. Now let's discuss about convection. Let's say we have a pot of water on a stove. Our conductor is the pot. And another word for conductor is a medium. We're using this medium to heat up the water because water is an insulator, and just putting plain water inside the heat of the stove doesn't actually heat up the water. We need a conductor so the heat will go up and it'll make the pot hot, and everything inside the pot will also be hot. But how exactly does this heat transfer turn water hot? Well, you see, the water, let's suppose we have these water particles. The water particles that are closer to the bottom obviously get heat first. They slowly turn hot. So the water particles that are hot slowly start to rise up. So they'll become cold instead of being close to the heat, and the cold particles start to take their place. But these cold particles also turn hot. Once those hot particles begin to rise, you see them bubbling. The bubbles are supposed to be the hot particles trying to get out, so they'll become cold again. The hot particles rise and the cold particles go down to take their place. But soon all the water particles become hot. Once all the water particles become hot, you'll hear a loud bubbling. The bubbling is when all the water particles want to get out, so it'll be hot. Once it gets really hot, they'll be condensed, or the water particles will be so hot they turn into air. This is convection right here, the process of heat transfer through liquids, or basically how heat transfers energy to liquids. So now we've understood convection. What is radiation? So to heat up the water, since the water is an insulator, we have to use a medium or a conductor so the heat will get passed through it. But you see, radiation is when heat is being transferred without a medium. Take the sun, for example. The sun doesn't need a conductor, so the heat will be transferred to your house. By nature, those sun rays automatically get to you. So that's radiation. Radiation is the process of heat transfer without a medium or a conductor, so the heat will be transferred. So now we've understood radiation. So let's do 4.5, where we'll be discussing heat transfer through clothes. We know what clothes to wear in the winter and summer. But why do they tell us not to wear white in winter and not to wear black in the summer? Well, obviously, white colors reflect heat and black colors absorb heat. You don't want to reflect heat in the winter. You want to absorb heat, so you'll be hot in the cold. And in the summer, you don't want to absorb heat. It'll be too hot, and you want the hot air coming from the sun to be reflected, so you'll feel cold. So let's talk about heat transfer through wool. We wear woolen clothes in the winter. But how exactly does wool keep us hot? Well, one, it's thick. Because it's thick, and also wool is a poor conductor of heat, your body heat won't escape, since heat cannot be transferred through the insulator, which in this case is wool. That's why if you're wearing wool, you'll always feel hot, because the heat from your body will not escape. It'll just travel around your entire body, so you'll always feel hot. So that's about it. Our mock question is, what is convection? I'll read all your answers in the comments down below, where I want you to post them. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more upSchool, CBSE, factual info, current affairs, coding, and more. So also give any video suggestions, and I'll be happy to make those videos. Comment down below if you learned something new today. Share this video to your friends, and give a like. Check out our other CBSE Class 7 and Class 9 videos, and our COVID-19 videos. Once again, hope you enjoy. This is upSchool. Greatness starts here. Signing off.